everyone. Welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen, folks, there's a link tree down below. Has the links to all my social media platforms. Please go down there. Follow me across my social media platforms and talk to me because I'll talk back. Also down there as well as links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Listen, folks, Sunday, all right? We're going to be sitting down watching the New York Jets versus the Bills. We have a live game reaction. Directly after that game, we're going to be having a live radio show. We're going to be talking about what we saw in the game that the Jets had against the Bills. We'll be talking Jets, all kind of stuff. Listen, call in. I take live callers. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. So with that said and done and put to the side, I've come to talk to you folks today about the New York Jets' upcoming game against the Buffalo Bills. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And it's going to be at the Bills' house, all right? We're going up there, and it's going to be nasty. The weather is going to be ugly. It's going to be raining. It's going to be 50 degrees, or it could be below 50 degrees. It's going to be nasty up there, all right? So the Jets, you know, they got to pull this out. They got to go up there and get that W, and we're going to be talking about it right now. Look, I'm starting up top, coaching, okay? Nathaniel Hackett has got to step it up. The offensive play calling has been very lackluster. He's got to get it together, especially some of the personnel packages that he be using. Got to clean that stuff up going forward because this offense has to get rolling and has to produce. I need him to put together a game plan to get us out of the breaks hot. Get rolling early. I need some no huddle. I need some quick. Get things going, okay? Get Zach in a rhythm. Start working on that stuff. A lot of that, again, play calling would help us in a lot of situations, and it's got to be better on Nathaniel Hackett's end. He's got to open up the playbook, man. He's got to open up the playbook for Zach and allow him to go out there and play free, okay? Now, another thing with that as well is the New York Jets offense has got to stop with these awful, excessive penalties that are killing us. They are killing us, okay? All these awful holding calls that we're getting, these false starts that are pushing us back. We've got to clean that up as well. And again, we had this, recently they had a players only meeting for the offensive side of the ball. And I'm hoping that guys are going to hold themselves accountable and stand up and stop with the foolishness. And if this still is an issue, I'm hoping that Nathaniel Hackett or somebody pull those guys out the game immediately. If you're going to make mistakes that are going to hurt this football team, find your way to the bench, okay? Now, talking about the New York Jets offense, I'm looking at this situation, I'm saying, especially with the weather conditions that's going to be up there in Buffalo, we got to run the football effectively, all right? Michael Carter is gone, so I think that opens the door for Izzy Abanikanda, kid we just drafted. We need to get the ball in his hands. Of course, Breece is going to be our bell cow guy, but I want to see Izzy running with this rock. This kid has got some speed on him, and he's got some ability, and I want to see what's up with him. Of course, Dalvin Cook is going to be splashed in there, but I want to see if Dalvin Cook is going to continue to show that he has some type of burst, okay? We saw it in the Raiders game, but we hadn't seen it up until then, you know what I'm saying? So let's get the running game going. Let's get Izzy involved. Let's get rolling again on the ground, all right? Make things easier for Zach and open things up. Now, another big question as well, can this New York Jets offensive line protect Zach Wilson effectively in this upcoming game? Listen, Von Miller, Rousseau, Ed Oliver, the Bills have a really good front. Keep in mind, Daquan Jones is on the IR. Matt Milano as well, one of the best linebackers in the league. He's on IR as well. But this line has got to provide some type of protection for Zach Wilson. They did a solid job against the Raiders. We didn't see their big pass rusher go too crazy, right? So I'm hoping they'll still be able to hold things afloat. I believe Newman's going to be our starting right guard in this upcoming game. I'll tell you what, also, Mekhi Becton has been playing phenomenally this season, and I think he's going to dominate who's ever on that side, but especially that right side has got to hold up much better than we've seen in the past, all right? Now, the tight end position, Jeremy Ruckert. I need to see Jeremy Ruckert out there. We know C.J. Uzomah's been killing us, all right? They talked about it. Sulla talked about we're going to be seeing more of Ruckert. I want to see them get him involved in the offense as well. He's a really solid blocker, right? But also in the passing game, this guy's got some good hands on him. He can catch the ball. Let's get him involved in the offense as well, particularly in the red zone where you want to see those big bodies. You want to see Tyler Conklin. You want to see Jeremy Ruckert. You want to see some of these bigger wide receivers we have as well. Guys like Jason Brownlee, another guy that needs to get involved in this offense too. Especially with Lazard being so up and down, that's where you want to see those guys. So let's get them involved in the offense. Now, we talk about the wide receiver position. Garrett Wilson is currently dealing with an elbow injury. All right. Now, he is going to play. He's come out and already said that he's going to play in this upcoming game. But you got to wonder, how much is that elbow injury going to hinder him, right? And if it is hindering him in game, who's going to step up? Right, to be able to help this New York Jets football team out at the wideout position? Is it going to be Lazard? Is he finally going to break out of this funk that he's been in and get it together? This guy's dropping everything coming his way. And if he's not dropping, then we're seeing penalties. He's got to clean it up and hold himself accountable. Allen Lazard has got to step up in this upcoming game. And again, Brownlee, I'd like to see him out there as well. Keep in mind, no Tre'Davious White for the Bills. He's also hurt as well, all right? This is a Bills secondary, especially at that corner position. I think we could take advantage of some things there, all right? So I want to see what's up with these wide receivers. Now, you go over to the Jets defense. I think the name of the game is getting pressure on Josh Allen, okay? That's the name of the game, baby, all right? Because that's how we beat them the last time. If you rush Josh Allen and we get pressure on him with our four, he'll give it up, all right? Let's keep it real. The boy fumbles. Strip sacks, it's there. He gets a little loosey-goosey, when he's in the pocket with the ball. The big issue is you do not want to overrun Josh Allen. If you overrush him and there's a lane that opens up in front of him, boy, he'll take off. And let me tell you something. As y'all know and I know, he becomes vicious as a runner. Oh, man. He becomes very vicious and deadly as a runner, okay? Because he's not just a guy that can move, because he's got some speed on him, especially for his size. But he's also a guy that's so big because he is a bigger quarterback, man. He'll punish you. He'll drop his shoulder and run through and over a linebacker. I've seen him dust off safeties, throw corners away like stiff arm. I'm telling you, we've seen it. Josh Allen on the move, man, that guy can get crazy. And he's a quarterback. You wouldn't think that he could do these things, but he can. A man his size moving that fast and taking care of business. So we've got to watch the over rushing. And also, when you try to bring him down, everybody's got to wrap when they tackle, because we've been missing tackles, especially early in games. Wrap when you tackle and corral to the ball, okay? Now, with that pressure hitting Josh Allen, I think we're also going to be able to force him to throw some interceptions. We know that when Josh feels pressured, when he feels pressed in that pocket, he tends to force things, okay? And he throws balls early. He's throwing balls and not seeing guys. We saw Whitehead the first time we played them catch 3 picks the exact same way. He never even saw them. He was just throwing them up there, not because it was pressure around him. He was feeling it and letting it rip. Get pressure on Josh Allen, and everything else will flow for this New York Jets defense. I believe we'll get some turnovers. Now, I'm a little concerned about our secondary here. Michael Carter II, he's dealing with a hamstring injury. He is questionable for this upcoming game, all right? So you got to wonder what the New York Jets are going to do there at corner, all right? Because if he sits down, we're going to have to put some guys into his spot. Now, we'll see what happens and who they shake up and put in there. But Sauce versus Diggs, I think is going to be huge for us. I think it's going to be really, really huge. And it's always a fun matchup to watch. I think Sauce, is going to handle his business here. But this is something I'm going to keep my eyes on as well. I expect Diggs to match up with Reed as well. Reed is definitely a really solid corner in this league that holds his own. But, man, that matchup with Sauce and Diggs is always special. But I don't think they're going to have Sauce following Diggs. They usually don't do that within the defense. But we'll see in this upcoming game. So with all of that said, I am taking the New York Jets to beat the Buffalo Bills 17-7. 17-7, I'm taking the Bills. All right, that's what I got. Comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. How do you folks feel about the New York Jets offense going into this nasty game with the weather being the way it is? Do you think the Jets will be able to run the football effectively? Do you think this line will be able to properly protect Zach Wilson? Do you think that this is the week where we see Nathaniel Hackett open up the playbook for Zach? Okay? What are your thoughts about the Jets defense? Do you think they'll be able to get pressure on Josh Allen? Comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. We'll go back and forth. You folks have a good one. Peace.